mic, take that journey inside.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Collins Odhiambo, and welcome to another episode of Coach Diaries. Now, if you're new to this channel, if this is your first time joining us, you are highly welcome. And today, I have another special guest. Now, from the crowded courts of Eldoret to shaping champions in Butere, from chasing space in the slums to building pathways for the future, today we sit down with a man whose life has been shaped by basketball and who now uses the same game to shape other lives. My guest today is Coach Sly. Ama tuna jina zake official ni Sylvester Odo, better known as Coach Sly, tunamjua hapa nje, and he is part of the driving force behind the Butere girls' success. Na hata juu sasa ametoka tu Rwanda, tatuambia alitoka kufanya nini huko, pengine ameenda kufanya biashara sijui. So today we're going to explore his journey. We're going to get inspiration from his story, what he's been able to accomplish, how he's been able to do it, and hopefully dive into his diary and get some nuggets of wisdom and information to help us, as young basketball players and even coaches, because he's a great coach. Coach Sly bana, niaje bana, unaendeleaje?
Niko poa kabisa, and thanks for this platform. It's my pleasure to share my story here as well.
Yes. For those who don't know, by the way, Coach Sly tumecheza naye basketball pale Kabete Technical, hapo ndo nilipatana naye mara ya kwanza. Tukichezanga game 21. Unakumbuka?
Yes, nakumbuka Kolo na Camp.
Yeah.
There was the other guy mwenye alikuwa anaruka sana, the guy who had flight.
Yeah, kuna Njao na Dilano,
exactly. Yes.
Yeah, man. Hiyo ni siku za kitambo. Tukichezanga hapo game 21, una drive. I remember unatokea hapo ma hook shot. Yeah. Bado iko.
Under the arms.
Ndio.
Bado iko, but now now it's about helping the young ones also to be able to enjoy the game the same way we really enjoyed our time.
Yes, manze, kabisa bro. Now, before we start the show, I'm actually the show, but the first question is, what do we need to know about Coach Sly to be able to understand the person that is in front of us today in this episode? We need to know kujua ndio tukuelewe. Wewe ni nani?
Yeah, Coach Sly is okay. First of all, I grew up and started basketball in Eldoret. Then played for Eldonet's club. Then also moved to Nakuru when I was working as a banker, actually at NIC Bank for a period of about 5 years. Then after that, I settled in Nairobi, also still working as a banker in Westlands at NIC Bank. Then I vacated banking and started doing full-time coaching at Slums Basketball Academy in Mathare. That is around 2012-2013. And up to date, I've been in basketball circles. So beginning with the Slums Mathare in the hoods slums of Mathare. And then over time, it was just about developing the young kids. But then we realized that we needed to follow up and give these kids a pathway. So the pathway was to find a platform where they can grow in terms of education, life skills, and the basketball as well. So that's where now the scholarships and the high school scholarships came in, and then the partnership with Butere girls, finally trying to find pathways for the kids, and now we have kids also in Italy and the US. So it's been a journey, plus beyond the transition from primary to high school scholarship, and now to university, and some now abroad, and now it's about life. Some of them are now working out of the hoods of the slums.
Ah, nice, man. What? That is good. So you have players in, I didn't know about that. You have players in America and Italy, man. That is
Yes,
good.
there are 4 players in the US and 1 player in Italy.
Good,
all of
man.
them now doing college level, but they went there at high school level, and we are proud of them.
Nice.
All of them are doing well, and we hope that they will come back and also be able to nurture other talents within, or even just support the ones coming up, the next generation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that is the whole point. You know, you set a pathway just the same way, you know, you're able to do for them, and they're able to do the same for the guys that are coming after. That is good, man. That is good.
That is the main idea.
Yeah. I didn't know about that. That is awesome. I remember the time we came to Slam Dunk. I think I've been there. I even saw a picture. Hizi picha zinakuja kwa Facebook, like zinakukumbusha back then. So niliona picha kama tuko hapo hivyo at Why Not. I think there were some guys who had come from the States, some white guys. I don't remember they had a name. So walikuja tukafanya hiyo camp, and then we also played with them, and I remember just watching these guys play. They beat us. Si tulikuwa na mabreakers zetu tunakimbia up and down, but they beat us very easily. Hata kwa refu wanakuja tu wamepanga wameshoot. Si tulikuwa tu wakaende bana. Wanakuja wamejipanga hapo. I remember that game vizuri sana. I was like, how come these guys are just scoring easily? Sisi kuwapita ni maybe tukiwa tu breaker. Otherwise tukapata kwa defense na watugonge ama nini, but wako compost, tunacheza vizuri. Hapo ndio nikaanza kujua wenyewe kuna levels. And then the other time we came, I think it was around Corona time ama just after Corona, and it was a great thing to see how you guys had grown, you know. And by the way, you know, many people play basketball, but not all transition into coaching. So what really sparked you to decide, you know, niaje, let me coach this? Because umesema uliacha kazi ya bank ukaamua sasa kuingia kwa coach. Like what sparked that desire to actually work with the young people?
Yeah, as you may be aware, actually in the slums, where Madari is one of them, you realize a lot of sports activities in Ziko that is available is soccer. So you see, like almost 90% of the kids throng into the pitches to play soccer. So what I realized is that over-reliance on soccer gave some frustrations to a lot of kids within trying to fit into that setup, as in one house where everybody has to fit in. So it was clogged. People are fighting for space. So for me, we saw an opportunity, and it's not just me, together with the partners. There is Karibu Africa within here, Karibu Africa, that was just working with inviting foreigners who come into to Madare just to be able to experience what Madare is. So and there were some visitors who had come all the way from Italy. So they were just taking them around to experience Madare slums, how it is. And then it happened that these guys who are being taken around were also basketballers and active basketballers, actually playing in Italy, Europe, EuroLeague, and that was Bruno and Tommy. And these two guys were active players in basketball. So they saw the area, the kids are just playing soccer and all that, and there was a dump area, and then they said, okay, we can partner. We just come in and try to coach coaches around here, and we'll find a way in which we can set up something for kids just to play also basketball, other than just the soccer that is around. So we did clinics for about 2-3 years. They were just coming summer camp, and we do clinics. Then on the fourth year, they decided that we should have a court here for kids just to play basketball after school and go home. So I had an interest in basketball all along. But this was a unique one that now we are going to be able to teach kids to have passion, to inspire kids to play a new sport. And the kids in the slums are very active. So the first year we realized that there was a big number. About you get to court and you find 8 kids. You even don't know how you're you have maybe 3 or 4 basketballs.
Yeah.
But they are interested. They wanted to really learn it. And I think for me, giving just people who are curious, ready to learn, go-getters, want to learn, and it was a good opportunity. And I thought, okay, let me impact here. And more of it was about life skills. Just trying to teach kids out of the slums, dangerous environment where drugs, crime and all that, just to try to move them away from such kinds of thoughts. And we developed a good partnership with Karibu Africa, headed by Dominic. Coach Dominic is a coach, a soccer coach, but he's been a good leader for us setting up the Slums Dunk Academy. And by the way, you know Coach Tom, Slums Dunk, and Coach Win. So we have Coach Tom is a great disciplinarian and loves basketball a lot.
I know him. I saw it, by the way. Those times that I've been there.
Yes.
Man, when he speaks, the kids listen.
And then so Coach Weed is very good with the girls and good in life skills and child protection policies and all that. And we have been able to create an ecosystem where the kids feel they are in a safe environment and they can be able to be mentored and be coached to the next level.
Man, that is awesome, man. And it's good to hear how it all started by just somebody else from another country coming in. You being somebody who plays basketball, you just find yourself in that opportunity, you're able to create that basketball court in that school. I remember even when we came, it had the yellow rims, it had slanted a little bit. And the next time I was coming, like, hey, there were other rims on the side. So it was, I remember even I was sitting courtside with Obi, and he was telling me how there are some guys actually who were there who later played for Hdwc. He was like, I'm here to check on my girls. They're still in high school, but you have to create a relationship with them early. So I'm here to start coaching them at this level. So Obi is also one guy who's, I'm very sure, amecheza a good role hapo kwa Slam Dunk. Amekuwa hapo akiwasaidia pia na mambo ya coaching, because tumeona a lot of players coming from there and going to his university also, which is a good thing. And I like what you're doing there, because it means we'll all thrive if we put the players first. Unaona, and hata partnerships zikikuja, where tujaisikia mambo ya Sly alidanganya huyu mwanafunzi ama akadanganya huyu mchezaji. We've never heard of that. Unaona, it means you go straightforward, you're doing what you're supposed to do. If it's a scholarship, unawapea, wanaendelea na maisha yao. If it's life skills, tunawapea. Opportunity kikuja, tumia venye itakusukuma huko mbele. Kama ni Obi imetokea, use it. Do you have any players in Strathmore?
Yes.
Yes, there's a girl.
Terence.
Yes. It's all about making good partnerships to create opportunities for these young players. And I'm actually interested, because I'm sure you've learned one or two things in these partnerships. So, for example, the guys who came, like in Coach Dominic, Bruno, working with these guys who are from out there, who are able to come and see this opportunity. Maybe what are some things that you've learned that have helped you in your journey in, creating, making Slam Dunk work, and even maybe working at Butere as a coach?
Well, one thing is trying to be in collaboration with others, working with the partners, being honest and hardworking, and trying to be on time with a lot of the deadline reports. There are a lot of reports that the partners and the sponsors require all the times. And more important is to be resilient and updating of the partners and those who we collaborate with and those who sponsor. Actually, they would want to see always success, and the success is about the athlete. At the center of it, it's about the athlete. Everybody who is working with us would want to see success in the athlete. So when these kids are being successful in terms of their transition from one stage to the next one, and they are improving in terms of academics, they are getting better opportunities. When they attract scholarships in high school, the sponsor is more happy that we have changed some lives. So you see, we have a lot of kids on high school on scholarships. And then again, when they transition to university, now the sponsors and those who you collaborate with, they are able to track whatever support that they are giving to us, that it is actually yielding into something. So like you said, now we have kids in USIU. USIU, we have there Mito. We have now kids in Strathmore. We have kids in CTEC. And they are doing well in terms of academics and sports. We have kids in University of Nairobi, like Powell. Powell is doing very well. We have kids in KU. We have kids in JKUAT, Maseno University, Kisii University, that are all emanating from the slums. I think sometimes we always say that even if it was not because of basketball, they might have never seen the game of the university. And it's not just the university, even the high school, because they have gone to high school because of this basketball in the slums of Mathare. And that is what has catapulted them to be able to get to the university. Plus, Javan that I'm telling you that is in Italy. Javan just came from the slums of Mathare. Now he's in Italy and is doing sports intelligence and business in the university. That's great. And have Milton Obote in the US as well, in California. This guy has 2 scholarships, by the way. Basketball scholarship, yes, and American football scholarship.
My goodness.
Out of the hardworking and the resilience that he learned from Slums Dunk Mathare, he went to the US because of basketball. He also transitioned to be able to do American football. So he has 50% basketball scholarship, 50% American football. And he's doing well. So when we are able to impact life skills that can be able to make kids to stay focused to the level of high school, to get good grades, get to the university, and they're doing well locally and internationally, we think that actually the academy has been on a good trajectory.
Man, it's just about impact and achievements. Period. Hakuna mambo mingi hapa ati
hapa Butere through discipline. Through the discipline in the academy. A lot of kids, we drop them in the academy. We don't entertain discipline, lack of focus, and we give second chances, yes, but to a limit, because even in the Bible it says not everybody will enter heaven. So those who choose to go in have to adhere to the rules that we have in the academy. There are strict rules, yes, but also just that if you can be able to see that there are kids who are able to live with it and be successful, then it means they are humanly good for them.
Yes, very true, man. I totally agree. And it's simple. Just the way you said. When you're working with God, He has a kingdom, and there are rules that govern the kingdom. So for you to succeed in His kingdom, you have to know His rules, you have to know His ways. Even just to get an opportunity to hear from Him, you have to know His ways and His path. unaona his rules and regulations.
Correct.
Lazima ikuwe tu hivyo. But all in all, Maze, that is just some good outcomes that I'm hearing from you. So, because you're just talking about, impact and having achievements from your academy. When you go back to 2017, the junior championships in Nairobi, and you guys clinched it. I don't know, what did that mean to you, thinking about where you guys had come from and where you were able to get to a place where you're actually the champions of the junior NBA. So what did that mean to you and even the kids?
That was huge. That was huge. That was a hallmark of highlight, my friend. Remember, that was the inaugural junior NBA. It was a big platform. It was under 12.
Mm-hmm.
And that under 12, I remember the preparation and all that. And by the way, when we got to the finals, it was a tough finals. We were playing against Farm Kenya. Farm Kenya, yes, headed by Coach Chester and Coach Troy.
Yeah.
And
Troy,
these were kids from International School of Kenya, ISK, and Komarok. A combination of both. They were good. They were really good. But we were well prepared. We did a good preparation with our team from Madare. But again, remember where we are coming from. We are coming from Madare, a place of resilience. Hard work.
Yeah.
So we were ready for them. And the inaugural, we did it so well. We played that. We went actually unbeaten in that league.
Oh, nice.
We won it unbeaten up to the finals. And the finals was amazing. Played at in an indoor at Anu.
Man.
And we were given really good medals. The inaugural, it was a nice one. It was really the best thing that ever happened, actually, in terms of basketball. And we wish that such like league would have been going on right now, because it was a good showcase of talent within the country. Most of the kids who played at that level now are at the university level. You see, like Powell played, was in fact one of the kids played at that level, and you can see the skills. In fact, most of the kids, even you go to the kids who played for Farm Kenya and even the other teams that did not get to the finals, but you can see the skill level. So the league, actually, if we could have an opportunity to resuscitate junior league, it can be something that can help this country to nurture talent and even to bring up more talent for the national team and even the university sides and expose the talent to that international level.
And we actually thank my guy, Coach Zedi, for what he's doing. Because I feel like he's doing that now. He's trying to bring that pole too. It's now during the holidays, but his junior league is doing great. It recently ended. I think it was season 2 or season 3. The iliisha tu juzi. And what you're saying is true. Unajua tukikuwa na hiyo, if you have those stages, you have a junior league, we have another league before guys get into the actual league. So like you have now the junior league, we have another one that is in high school, and then we have a league that is for campus students kama ile Zuku na nini zenye zilikuanga. If you have something like that, even a player can say, okay, I want to start with this junior league, or after that I'll play this high school league, play college or university, and then I go into my Premier League or something like that. And at least there'll be like a channel, like there's a path of growth. So for me to get to that Premier League level, I have to have, like really worked hard on my game, my IQ, and it's a process, but I feel like it's something that is possible. If you have people who think about the players like you, like Zedi, Coach Deng Apple, if you have players who think that way and think broadly past what they are going to get from that league, what they are going to get in their pocket, then we can have something great. Time out. Now, if you're watching this episode, mpaka sai, subscribe jamaa, kauja subscribe. Share, comment, like, lakini kitu muhimu, subscribe. I have like I think 30 something to go. If you get 1,000 subscribers, I'll have tuendelee kutoka hapo. But be part of the journey. That is one thing you can do for the channel. Just subscribe. Now let's talk about the Butere Cannons, who have become, a force under your leadership. 3 consecutive championships, first 3-on-3, a bronze in 5-on-5. So maybe you can tell us what is the secret behind, building a culture of, getting wins and having that consistency.
Well, it's an all-inclusive system that works together, and actually it stems from the administrative support. The chief principal, J.D. Omondi, is very supportive, and is the one who has created an environment where we can all be able to be successful. One is that she's provided for us scholarships to the athletes, students. Then number 2, she's extended a lot of support and help in terms of equipment and support to this team to be able to perform. And the support is multifaceted. When I say that, I mean she supports us to play in the league. You remember we play in a Division 1 league?
Yes.
In the Kenya Basketball Federation Division 1 league. Then number 2, support in terms of equipment and training in school and even out of school. Even those kids, when they are at home, we are able to assemble them. Those who come from Nairobi and have relatives in Nairobi, we are able to still train even on holidays.
Nice.
Then there's the wise man that we have in the team, Mr. Omondi. Mr. Omondi is also the director of studies in Butere Girls. So if he is one of the leaders in the team, and he takes care of their academics. So we don't just do basketball. These kids actually he follows up their performance in class, and being able to assign teachers to assist them to also still keep pace with their academics. And we also have Mr. Odeke. Mr. Odeke is also a certified FIBA referee. So therefore, within our closet, we have a certified FIBA referee. So in terms of the behavior of the kids towards the officiating, they are well catered for. Then the chaperone in the team, Madam Amuai. Madam Amuai is also the boarding master in the school. So you realize, So you realize that the people we are having in basketball there, they are also influential, and they are people who are experienced at their area. So with her, the kids, in terms of discipline, in terms of taking care of themselves in the school and knowing what to do, where to do, and being in the right place in the right time, they are well catered. So with that team, you realize that I easily fit in as the expatriate when it comes to basketball, because the enabling environment is already there. The principal support, the director of studies is there, the boarding master is the one who is with the team. We also have a first certified referee within us who also understands the game very well. And then the support system, all the teachers there, it's an all systems go. They all support talent, and that's why you see that we can be able to flourish, and that's why we have a stable environment where we can have a team that can win the nationals 3 years in a row. The environment. The environment is amazing. It's amazing.
The environment is everything, man. And I've had some people, I've had some guests on the show, and I think there's one who told me actually that was a huge challenge, having support from the school. If you don't have support from the school, they can't really understand what you're trying to do. when you are like strict on time and what, maybe they won't understand. When you're strict on time on when you get to training, after training, showing up in the morning and maybe making those runs, they won't understand. And I remember even personally in high school, we didn't have like what we have right now, like somebody like Coach Sly who's there, who's played basketball, who's committed to coaching. Akuji tu kucoach hapo ndio alipo pesa kidogo aende. He's committed to coaching. He looks at the team, knows what the team needs, and actually goes and actually, like makes a plan to help the kids develop, to help the kids play better on the court and even in life. So by you just being there, it makes a huge difference. For us, we didn't have that. It forced me actually to start thinking that way. I think even that's why like helping somebody in their game is easy for me, because it forced me at that time to be the coach because I was the captain. So if you are the captain, you are the coach and the captain. And I was like, we have to change the narrative of basketball in Agorosare. Even right now, as they flourish, we started it. I was like, we have to change the narrative. Yeah, so guys, I even had contract. It looked weird then, but we had contract. We had a contract. Why don't you know your copy? We had a contract, and I read it out, and we agreed. If you're going to be on this team, you have to follow these guidelines. And the basketball started changing. We started getting support from the administration. Now, for months, we're coming in with basketballs and a hockey stick. So just like that, we had basketballs. So we could train, we could do drills and whatnot. And you know what I'm talking about, because you've had 80 kids with 3 balls. You know the challenge there.
Yeah.
You know the challenge there. So having that support from the administration is key to succeed actually in any institution sport. It is important. Najua watu hata kwa hizi university, I won't mention names, where players tell me they've not received their scholarships for, I don't know, 8 months. Unashindwa hata pesa kama hiyo kidogo ya mwanafunzi, you're still eating. That way, you don't expect these kids to perform. It is just simple. Once you have that support from the administration, things go well. And you're working with the girls. So aren't like, because there are so many people outside here who coach girls and might want to get an idea of how you are able to have them to play together, how able to motivate them even when things get hard. Because I remember Coach Obi talked about, when it comes to us boys, it is our ego. When it comes to the girls, it is their emotions. So how are you able to motivate your players to keep on going and to have that championship mindset where you're able to win this thing? Three times in a row.
Well, it's a balance. You must strike a balance with the players. One is especially girls, if once they think that you value their future, their affairs, their interest, they want to commit to be able to commit to the ideals of the team. So from the onset, we at Butere Girls and even at Slums, what we look into the first is about your academics. We tell you that of course basketball you've been playing, probably you like it and you want to play it more, but we tell you that it's not only basketball that will make you get a scholarship. So there are 2 things. You get your academics right, and you get your basketball skills right. When you match the 2 right for right, you qualify to get the scholarship. And once you get the scholarship, we want you to start thinking of your next step, next stage in life. So you get the scholarship, you enter into Butere Girls. So we are not going to be in Butere Girls for forever. You will be there for a period of 4 years, 3 years, or 2 years if you came as a transfer. But if you are there within those 4 years, you start thinking of your next stage, which should be college or university. Basketball mostly is played at university level, and for sharp people. Needless to say, mostly you see university are the ones who are playing it mostly. So we start by the fact that we want you to perform in academics and we want you to be successful. So we start matching you up. We start telling you in the university, what will you be able to do there? This game is very tough. It has a lot of things. It's only played by sharp people. There are lines, there's running lines, there's 8 seconds, there's 3 seconds somewhere, there's 24 seconds. You're matching that with speed. You need to dribble fast. You don't want to walk. A lot of things. So if you are able to balance those, it's not very difficult for you to perform in academics. So we look at that. We tell you that for you to get to university, you'll require a C+ and above. And for you to get C+ in Form 4, you must be at Form 1, Form 2, B and above. So we start working into that. So classwork at this side. So they see like you are looking into their future as you push them to perform right now in basketball. So that once they buy that in future you want them to be better people in the society, they would want to push themselves to achieve what we are doing right now. And while we are pushing them to achieve it through discipline, diligence, resilience, and working hard, that those are the points that you require in life to be successful. So once we inculcate that within 1 year, 2 years, it becomes ingrained in them, part and parcel of their life. 3 years, by the time they're leaving, they already, even if they win the nationals, even if they don't win the nationals, but they will have won in life such that they have the discipline, the hard work, the focus, the resilience to be successful, get into the university, get their degrees, get their job. Play basketball, yes, but you see, after 30, 35, 40, you no longer play the game. What remains is those papers. So these are discussions that we keep on having with the players time and again, so that they realize that we are not just playing the game. We are not just pushing them to be national champions, FIESA champions. But when it comes as a byproduct of this focus, resilience, determination, and hard work, we rejoice. We are happy about it because it's a product of something we have worked for over time.
And that way, it is very clear that it is about you. It is not about me. It is not about the championships you're going to bring to this school. No, you have to remember it is about you. That's why I normally say, show up for you. Show up for yourself. Like if you have that mindset of, yes, I want to be selfish a little bit for myself, for my own future. I have to think of my future, what I want. So for me, like a big thing that I have for myself is I have to be able to, I have 2 kids. I have to be able to run around with them, move with them, even teach them how to, do some workouts or whatnot, but just be active as long as I can. So somebody will like, hey, Koyoban, auzoeki. But for me, it is, for me, it is, I have to show up for myself. I'm inspired by other athletes, like the guy who's Sleiman, the guy from US Monastir, 45 years, and he's still playing at Bball. Like his first 5. See ati anakuja ati kuwa motivate hapo kwa bench. No, he's actually a co-player in the team.
Performing.
And he actually said that if you take care of your spiritual life, if you take care of your body, what you eat, what you take into your body and your mind, you can play as long as you want. You can play as long as you want. Not even necessarily like at the ball level, but just being active, playing basketball. So what you're saying there is really important. Is like you reminding them all the time, it's about you. It's about you. And once they realize that, by the way, watajitolea because they know, Jama, thinking of where I've come from, Coach Sly has given us this platform, Butere girls have given us this platform. I have to show up for myself. And I like that. And actually, speaking of that, what are some qualities that you look for in a player? What are some good qualities of a young basketball player that can help them go far? And if you are like, this player is a player that I can work with. This is a player that can actually go far in in basketball or even in life?
For sure, for me, at that young age, some of those kids have not identified themselves. And
Yes.
sometimes you can even misjudge them at the point of recruitment. I believe that when with whatever kind of a player that walks into my path, I should be able to help them to have a better path. So whether they are tall, whether they are athletic, whether they are quick, whether they are slow, whether it really doesn't matter. What for me matters most is that they are coachable. As long as they are able to listen. At that young age, you just require them to be able to listen and work and be ready to work. You know, there's those who are ready to listen, yes, but they are not ready to work. They are that lazy.
Yeah.
If they are able to listen, they are coachable and they are ready to work. I normally don't have a problem with them because every kid is unique in their own way.
Yeah, true.
And at this level, we are not making up of a professional. We are actually working and in trying to bring up a wholesome person. They might not end up to be professionals, but they might end up determined people and people who are hardworking, people who are disciplined, people who have a good work ethics, and people who are who have a good who are even good leaders in the society, and people who have good teamwork, who can easily get along with others at the workplace. So at the point I'm picking players outside there for purposes of scholarship, I don't look at their athlete prowess, or like they are too good, they're athletic, they are tall. You realize even some MVP that I had in 2023, Terence Hill. Terence Hill is the shortest ever player I have seen, but he was the captain and was the MVP in 2023 nationals. And even in the league, when you go there and you watch the league, you look at Terence Hill, what she can be able to do on transition. Yes. So it's no longer about how tall, how quick, how whatever physical attributes you have. But for me, it's about, are you coachable, and are you ready to work? Then we can be able to form that kind of talent, so that in the end, what comes out of you is a better version of that particular individual that entered in. And with that, that's why you see Butere, sometimes you see they are short players, some could be tall, some are just average height, but what they are able to do on the floor is amazing. So that is always my recruitment. Those two things: you are ready to work and you are coachable.
You're coachable. Yes. Nice. And guys, if you're watching this episode up to this moment, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. We're almost getting to 1,000 subscribers. I think I have like 40. I think I have like 40 more to go, or 30 something to go right now to get to 1,000 subscribers. So if you're getting value, please subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. And if you have somebody that want me to bring to the show, also let me know. Now, we've talked about the good things, the glory, what we're looking for in a player. But I'm sure this has been a journey. And, you know, in your diary, I'm sure you've faced some challenges here and there, so that people understand that, you know, we are not like some gods here talking about just championships and everything going as we planned. So what are some challenges that maybe you faced, like from the parents, from schools? At least now you've talked about equipment, like in Butere, you have space for equipment, you've gotten some sponsors, but I know it was not always that way. So maybe what are some, you can give us maybe an example, and maybe what you're able to do to overcome that barrier as a challenge in your journey as a basketball coach.
Well, like I mentioned earlier, equipments are key. And equipment, when you talk about equipment, it's the basketballs, the jerseys, the warmers, the basketball shoes needed
The
by the kids
cones.
in the slums and even in the schools for training and for the games.
Yeah.
Another thing that is a great requirement is exposure.
Oh.
And exposure here, we require exposure in terms of friendlies, tournaments, both local and international, so that these kids get wholesome. So international, I mean ability for the kids to be able to play at international level. Age-wise, that is under 14, under 16, under 18, and right now the government is doing a very good initiative to be able to support, like you've seen the under 16 that girls that qualified zone 5 and now went for the Afrobasket. Such like things, when they happen, is a great motivation and inspiration to the kids. But there needs to be more needs to be done for the exposure of these kids, so that they have something that they are looking forward to. So it's a challenge. And it's something that we need to look into. When you look at developed worlds or developing worlds, you realize that they are now having exposure and age category kind of competitions, beginning from under 12, under 14, under 16, under 18, all the way to the senior level. So for us, our level, we need to have targeted exposure for the kids, especially under 12 and under 14, so that by the time they're getting to the under 16, which is competition level for FIBA, they are already they already have the exposure. That's why you see us sometimes struggle against established sites like Egypt, because they have had exposure at under 12, under 14. So when you get to under 16, it's all systems go. And these are things they've been doing for about 4 years before they get to that under 16. So you can see that difference. So I think if we can also have targeted exposure for under 12 and under 14 and stemming into under 16, that can be a great thing. And then outside there, we also look for well-wishers and corporates and to come in and pump in some support to the high schools and the academies. And even beyond that, even these teams at the Premier League, they can adopt some of these schools so that they can support. They can adopt.
Very true.
We have like Equity, KPA adopting a school, an academy, and giving them equipments and support, and even just going to have camps with them and talk with them, give them some life skills and motivation. Is good for development, because development is not just about one individual. It's not just about one school. It's not just about one academy. All these academies need support across the country. There are academies in Mombasa, Kisumu, Eldoret, Nairobi, and now even in the villages. In Ugunja, there's a guy doing a great work in Ugunja there called Coach Peter. They need support. And they need exposure. And if we can be able to harness all this together, we can do great things.
Yeah, man. Hey, Ugunja. Ugunja is my hometown bana. Hiyo ni town napita ndo sasa naenda gaso huko. Hata think kuna time niliongea naye kitambo nikaambia at the right time I'll come and do a camp. Nitajitoa tu Nairobi nikuje. Naonanga na post kwa group fulani hapa tuko.
I even have a kid on scholarship in Butere Girls who is coming from Ugunja, and she's amazing.
Nice.
If you saw somewhere, there was a post somewhere by Peter Kiganya about the dunking girl.
Yes. New York.
That girl comes from there. So you see, there are good things in the villages everywhere else.
To support. Even that's why, by the way, one reason also is for me starting this show was to actually go into such stories. hey, to go to Nairobi. No. What about these other people outside here who are doing some great stuff? Other kuna coach. It's called Coach who? He actually spoke yesterday. He called me yesterday. Coach Nash or somebody from Nakuru.
Yes. Coach.
Yeah.
Coach Tash.
Tash. Yes. Tash. Yes, Coach Tash.
Naivasha.
From Naivasha. So yeah, I'm actually going to have him on the show very soon, because he has a very interesting story how he got into helping kids there, getting a court that was not being used. By the way, what I've realized is kuna watu hii hapa nje wajapata tu opportunity na resources na somebody to lead them, because he got to the court in like 2 days. Alikuwa na watoto karibu sijui 20 ama wangapi from nowhere, a court that was just there, but because they saw life, somebody just brought life na akaleta mpira na some guidance. Kids were like, hey manze, mimi nimefika, I want to learn. And through sports you can teach so much. Like there are some players that I've trained with them maybe for like a month, maybe for like 2 months or whatever, but what they're able to get from that, what they're able to tell me maybe when you meet later, what we're able to work on during those 2 months or those 3 sessions or whatever is mainly about life outside basketball. Because me, I've learned now how to, if I want to give you some, if I see you having a challenge, I know how to bring it through basketball. So nitakwambia, hey, unaona hii mambo ya follow through. Nakwambia kila siku weka follow through. And your shot is, you are missing because you're not just putting your follow through. And at times just putting your follow through is a way to gauge your shot. You pointing inside the rim is a confirmation of, I'm sticking to the right habits. Naambia no wonder, so aje nikikwambia no wonder, nikikwambia tunafaa kukuja kwanza to warm. Ile siku sijakwambia warm, you don't do it because you're not able to follow through what we've worked on. That way ina stick kwa mind yake. Na mimi usipo warm bana, utapata injury virahisi sana. True. Basketball, through basketball you can actually teach them stuff, and once you're just there, the kids show up. Mimi nakwambia, I remember when I started now coaching, doing some training up at Park University. In the morning. But when they learned that, kulana kujanga asubuhi, that time I was working a remote job. So I had time. Guys used to come, we train, they go home. There's that need. So when you mesema tu manzi, even clubs should go to schools, and it's not like I think CSR. That can be a CSR. We're investing in this school and you're able to get players go to university. After that, they come and play for our team, they even or stuff like that. So what you're saying is key. And I totally agree with you on that. And that is a great way to that is a great path to actually follow. And you're already living proof, and you're doing some great work.
It's true. One of my best big men I got from way into the village somewhere in Samburu. In Samburu.
What?
Yes. And
Samburu.
Yes, in Samburu, and we awarded that girl a scholarship, and she turned up to be one of our best big men. And she got a scholarship from Samburu, and then ended up getting, last year she got a C+, B plane, and she's now doing nursing. So I'm proud of that story, because when you look at where Samburu is, connect it with basketball, and then now with the good grades, and now doing nothing from that area is a great success. That's what I'm saying.
That is a great success.
People doing things in those remote areas need a lot of support. Because from there lies greatness.
Totally agree. So guys, if you're listening to this, man, and you heard what Coach Sly said, and you feel like, man, he has inspired me to partner with Slam Dunk, Butere girls in one way or another. Jama, reach out to him. I think even I'll put his link to his WhatsApp so that you can just WhatsApp him direct on the comment section, so that if you need, or if you feel like you need to play a part in whatever he's doing, reach out, man. If you need to find more information, reach out to him, and you'll be able to connect and maybe build on what he's already doing right now. Now, these are some specific things that I want us actually to talk about. Is, for example, why do you believe it's important for kids to start sports, at a young age? Because we've talked about the importance of, having those leagues. But why do you think it's important for kids to start sports at a young age, especially in the context of, of Kenya?
You're asking when or why?
Why?
Why is this? Because there are a lot of life skills that, when taught from the context of sports, are very important in eventual livelihood of a human being. So, like, there are things like about determination, hard work, resilience, friendship, teamwork, togetherness. These are things that when we start teaching people early in life, even if they are not going to turn up to be professionals, they become better human beings in the society eventually.
True.
Again, when we start sports professionalism, when you start it early, at a young age, we also tend to build a better future for them in terms of professionalism. So they can be able to turn up to be professionals, because talent is not talent unless it is nurtured. You might have it can just be a talent, yes, but if it is not nurtured, it goes to waste. So the best thing is to do it early. When we start it early, we nurture it, and then it can turn up to be something that somebody can depend on as a livelihood. But if we don't start it early, it means that there will be a lot of working in at a time when we require it to be performing. So there's a time to develop it, time to put it into performance, and time for it to be able to give an outcome. But then it has to start on time, early enough. You see a lot of people at professional level not being able to play longer because maybe they started playing late. So the earlier, the better.
Yeah, I totally agree. The earlier, the better. And other thing also that I've come to learn, and I've heard this from so many coaches from a podcast. Another reason for actually, maybe you can even give your view on this. Another reason for actually starting sports early is also for our body development. You see, I'm starting to get this notion or this idea from coaches like in America and these other countries, where, especially America, where they are trying to encourage young players to engage in multiple sports. Unajua sisi tulianza na futa, tulikuwa tunacheza games za tag, hizo ni change of direction.
Yes.
Unajua tulikuwa tunasema saa zingine ni aje kutoka shule hadi home tunakimbia. Unajua hiyo ni conditioning without even knowing. We were playing football that helped us with our footwork. So I also think another reason for players to actually start, young people to start engaging in sports early is even just for their body development. And I feel like for us who played multiple sports when growing up, before we decided now, okay, we're going to play basketball, because I started playing basketball officially in 2002. But because I played other sports, it helped me, and I feel like that is why I've been able to keep myself safe from injuries, because there's a coach who said that by you playing multiple sports, you help your body to learn how to move in different ways. So it is just not moving in the same way for I don't know how many years.
Yes.
It is multi-directional. So you need, especially when you are young, and then when you get now decide, okay, I'm going to play basketball. Now you focus on basketball. But even when you're playing basketball, you can go do other things. You can swim, you can go ride bikes. You know, you can play sports where you can tag, you can run and tag other players. So that is another important thing for players.
True, you are right. You are right. I also agree with you totally, 100%.
Yeah.
But I also just want to add, beginning sports early also helps probably even heal some sicknesses or some diseases, or even avoid some diseases like I have experienced. There's a kid that I admitted into basketball. I recruited into basketball, but the parents did not want her to play basketball at all. So unajua hizi magonjwa hizi za kuanguka hizi za kifua. Yes. And I'll not mention for purposes of keeping this is a big player now in this country now. And she had a problem of that nature. The parents didn't want, even the teachers refused. They told me, no, don't include this one into sport. But I talked solely with the parents, and they agreed for her to play the sport.
Nice.
You imagine after a year or 2 years, even that sickness, that disease vanished, just because of engagement in sports. This running here, playing here, jumping here, doing this, and it vanished. And she's 100% right now, and she's doing well. She's in the university. She's doing great. So I think early into sports is a healthy thing. Even more than if we don't even look at them becoming professionals, but on the point of health matters, early sports is very recommended. Very recommended. Avoiding injuries, growing better health-wise, and avoiding even those sicknesses, perennial sicknesses here and there in kids is amazing. Is one of the top priorities that I think parents should also consider.
That is true. Actually, speaking of that, I've realized. My mom told me, number one, jatugo. Mini jatugo. Penda mchezo mbaya. Even my firstborn is sasa anze kuenda nje na kucheza nini manzi very active. Anachezanga yani ile anacheza kabisa yani. And I normally encourage that then kukaa kwa nyumba sijui kwa simu na nini nisemanga wewe ende ucheze. And even personally my mom told me wewe uko unanisumanga na mambo ya ugonjwa tangu anze tu kucheza. And I can actually even say, even right now at my age, and I thank God, it is not by my will, but I thank God, I rarely fall sick. Like naweza sikia zingine maybe kichwa katumbo na najua tu hii kitu nilikula. Ama kichwa najua maybe nimechoka sana ama nimevaa hizi vitu sana ama nimekuwa kwa screens something, and then I just relax na inaenda. But siendi kumeza dawa. But also is because of sports. You strengthen your body. Unajua?
Yes.
Yeah, you strengthen your body. You're not weakling. You're not easily attacked by viruses ama bacteria ama nini, because unajua when you mtu strong yani uko na strong immunity. So hapo hiyo ni mzuri, especially for the health part. I totally agree. And finally, what does the proper academy to high school to university to transition look like for a player in Kenya, and what's missing to make it a little bit smoother from your own experience?
Right now, we can say I can say there are many. I think the numbers of schools that are offering scholarships at high school level has gone up. But now, what we now require those schools to do is to have good coaches taking care of the kids while there, so that the transition, the kids that we are getting from high school to university are well skilled, properly trained, coached, and are good in academics as well, because beyond the sport, we still require people, leaders outside there from the basketball point of view, people who are adding value to the general public, who are really of help to the society. So get proper and well-trained coaches at high school, because now we are having more scholarships. By the way, there are so many schools are offering them, but trainers there are not well equipped. So that is one of the challenges there. And then at the academy level, again, we also want parents to get their kids out and encourage their kids to be part of these academies. These academies are offering something that should be paid for, but most of these academies are offering for free. And what they are giving is beyond what should be given for free. So parents should take the opportunities that are having, bring out those kids to be trained. Then universities. I will talk about the universities as well. Universities also, in as much as you provide scholarships, and I wish that you also create a better environment for this kids to also do well in the academics. When I say that, I mean when these people are going to face exams in 2 weeks' time, we can relax. We can relax and the basketball activities, even if we are playing in the league, trainings and all that, so that we give them ample time also to reap maximally in their academic programs. I say that because I see sometimes their players, they have exams on Friday, they need to travel, they are traveling for games over the weekend. Monday they have exams, they are traveling overnight on Sunday. I don't know what time, when are they preparing for these exams, and when are they also doing these exams? You know, in high school, the programs are well catered for. Like now, you see, this is third term. Not so much is being done in terms of sports in those schools. And people are focusing on the academics. But at university level, you know, we believe that somebody is an adult, they plan themselves, but let us also help them, set them up for success, so that they don't spend very many. I don't like people spending 6, 7, 8 years in the university. We want people to be transitioning to be adults, useful to the society outside there, also playing in the clubs, being leaders outside there, networking, and also being able to help back. So I think that one is some gap that I have seen, and I think the coaches and the administrators at university level can help us in that end. Also at high school, coaches, my fellow coaches, let us insist on a wholesome kind of a player who is academically sound, as well as we push them to be able to perform in the sport, in the basketball arena. That is something that we really emphasize at Butere Girls. And by the way, Butere Girls has set up a good base that any basketballer who steps in there must leave as a better person, academic wise, even if you will not be a better in basketball, but academic wise, yes, that's something that can help you outside there beyond even just the basketball point of view.
Very true, very true. And even just to have that mindset of I'm getting into a place where the culture is, as I get into this place, by the time I'm leaving, I have to be better. By just coming into a culture like that, you already become a better person. mentally, because you're like, I have to have a growth mindset. I have to continuously improve. I don't have to get a 90 out of 100, but I have to continuously improve such that by the time I'm leaving this place, I'm better than when I came in. And that is key, man. That is key. Again, that is just you and the Butere system focusing on the player, not on the wins and the medals and everything. And it is funny. I don't know if you know about this, but it's funny that just because you're not focused on, oh, we have to win 3 championships in a row, you end up just winning because you decided to focus on what you can control, which is the players and the culture that you develop. And I mean, everything is working.
Yes.
It's funny how that works. Yeah, like
we focus on the system and not the end result.
Product.
So there are people outside there who keep on saying, okay, like they say, oh, next year we'll beat you. Next year we'll do. But we are not focused on next year winning that nationals or even Fiesta. But we are just we just hoping that everybody who comes in lives as a better version of themselves. So whoever will be there, if the system, they believe in the system and we are doing what we are doing.
Yeah.
If we win, we say good for us. But the most important thing is that the individual, that student that is leaving Butere Girls, is leaving and is saying, if it were not me being in that system, I would have not gotten this grade to go to this university. I would have not gotten. So they also leave appreciating that whatever they went through has given them something. Of course, the school. Sometimes I always ask myself, so who is the school then? Because these people are also leaving. Even the principal at some point will leave. Even the teachers, even will leave. But there's that title that been there that they won 3 times in a row, 4 times in a row, 5 times in a row. But the individuals who are there, the students who left, if they left with a good thing, they will always look back and say, although we won that, I also left there with something that helped me in life. That is the most important part of it, that people miss out. It's not just about us fighting to be able to win that nationals. After all, there have been very many winners before us.
Very true. Imagine if you think about it that way. You always put your players first. Even like what I've seen with the Yukon coach, Duke University players, when you see them on podcasts or on shows or anything, they normally talk about the culture. That is like 10 years later, 15 years later. That's talking about what they're able to learn from basketball through the Duke basketball culture or the Yukon basketball culture. So what you're saying and actually what you're doing is actually correct. And actually speaking about the basketball. So if you could shape the future of Kenyan basketball in the next 10 years, what would you want to see, both for the game and for the kids who play it?
Yes, in the next 10 years, but I already foresee with the upcoming academies and what people are doing are amazing. I think in the next 10 years, we are going to have a really good basketball atmosphere in this country. If the momentum is kept and the focus stays as it is, I think we are going to have amazing. But more importantly is that fundamentally, we are going to have good players who are fundamentally okay.
Sound, yes.
Again, the country needs to invest in the trainers, the coaches, and assistants. And we also need to come up with a unifying system for probably the whole country, so that as we teach under 12, under 14, under 16, we already start having a system that can move into under 18 and the seniors level. I think if our federation can be able to take us in that direction, that would be a great leadership in terms of helping us train the trainers and have a unifying system of doing things, so that we just know. And under 16 can be able to do this. If we say it is man-to-man, they can be able to do this man-to-man appropriately in this way, in this manner. If they are pressing, they can be able to press in this manner, in this way. If times of defense, offense, how can be able to play. And it has to be unifying such that everybody who is doing development, they are able to use that on their athletes, so that we have uniformity when it comes to the national team under 16 and 18, because as it is, kids are not kids are having fundamentally okay, but when it comes to systems is still disjointed.
Still a challenge. Yeah. And it's true. And I think I've said it in another podcast also here while you are recording. Luca said that they had been running. Actually, now he's playing in the national team. He's been playing for some time even there. But he said whatever they are doing now, they started doing when they were still under 12, under under 10. So they've just been building on it. They've just been building. As you continue to grow, when you go to the next level, they're just adding something. So by the time you players get to the national team and you've been together since under 10, under 12, you already know the systems. You're just adding some new things. Even when I was going through US Monastir, when I was reading about them, I saw they also have the same program. They have an academy that builds on kids from a young age. So by the time you're playing for the league, for the main team, US Monastir, you've gone through those development stages. And I don't know what is the challenge, because what if the academies that are present, Mombasa, wapi, the academies, the academies, what will it take for them to have like their own system? Kabla tuingie kwa ile national system, tuseme tu okay, maybe national system bado ni challenge because tuna hizi processes na nini, but do you think it's something that is possible? Tuseme tu ni aje zaidi akuje, wewe ukuje, niko hapo, pro basketball, Mato, ule wa Mombasa, wa Ugunja, alafu tuseme ni aje juu hizi vitu ni vitu ziko. Mimi nimeona ni I've read ya FIBA, nimesoma ya Australia ya Steve Nash, na ni vitu ziko, ni vitu tunaweza chukua tu, because basketball is not something new. You can just take and embrace. So I don't know, what do you think about that? It is possible?
There is an existing conversation about that amongst the development coaches.
Yes.
And I think we wanted to start it from a point of view of having just an association. So from that association, we can come with basic things that can be done uniformly all over, so that now we are unified. But it's a conversation is ongoing, by the way.
Okay.
And I think it's something that in the next probably few months we could be having something of the sort.
Good. Yeah, I'll be happy to be part of that and contribute.
Very. Your input is very important.
Yes. I feel like anything we know, you should just share. Mimi mse nikipatanga information natumia, hata coach Mishila kwa tunaongea time back, na ikakuwa like kitu ya shooting, nikamwambia but they have a great book hapa nilipatanga ya shooting, nikamtumia, kaniambia manze mwenisaidia nitatumia. I think hata ilikuwa before ingie Tanda ama ilikuwa after ingie Tanda. I think hata ilikuwa venye tu ameingia Tanda or something. But you share, unajua share, pea mtu ajue, learn. Na because at times I'm going through those stuff and I'm like, what? Niko sure who coach na huyu coach hawajui kitu, because the way I see them running their sessions, the way I see them running the bench, how they related so hawajui stuff. If you just read this book on coaching, ingewasaidia, ingechange mindset yao. ingeweza kucreate your culture. Unaona, kuja umeweka watu hapo na frog jumps how many hours zile za bro, what are you doing? Unajua hata hii unajua sijui, anyway hata tusiende hapo sasa kwanza. Hiyo ni podcast tu ingine tena. You've been in the slums, you've worked with kids in the slums, and they have dreams but they did not have access. So what is your message to them if they are listening to you right now?
Yeah, for sure, it is not all lost. As long as you are still alive, and there's always something you can be able to do in any situation. You decide to do something about it, there's always an outcome that can be positive or negative, but you always reflect on the positive one, and you focus on the positive one. So don't give up. There is a lot of opportunities, even when you see that there's no opportunity. Take the one that you can be able to see and do something about it. And for sure, there's always an outcome, a positive outcome that comes out of an action, targeted action, which is focused towards getting an output.
Good, great. So I have 3 quick fire questions for you. You're just going to give me the first answer that comes to your mind. And before we go into quick fire questions, guys, if you're watching this, again, if you're getting value, subscribe, share, and comment, and all that, good stuff. But so far for me, I'm learning so much, and I'm having fun, diving into Coach Sly's there. So remember to subscribe, guys. Road to 1,000 subscribers. Now I have 3 questions for you, quick fire questions. So I want you to give me the first answer that comes to your mind as we come to a close. So the first one is, if you aren't a basketball coach, what will you be doing?
I think now that I have seen, I've gone through banking and I've gone through this coaching, I think I would be a very good teacher.
Nice. But even I think the same for myself, because if I feel like for you to be able to coach or to train somebody to master a skill, you must be a good teacher. So
yes.
Sure. Very true. I even taught in campus discrete maths. Nilikuwa nafundishanga watu wanapenda kurukaruka class, so before exam unawaweka hapo, unawalipisha, unawafundisha discrete maths kabla uingie exam. So hapo yes. Second question is, your favorite player of all time, local or international?
Steph Curry, man.
I can see the cape. Golden State.
Yeah.
Isn't he?
Of all time, Steph Curry.
Nice, man.
Any day.
One word your players will use to describe you as a coach.
One.
Yes.
I think maybe they would say probably helpful.
Yes, because you've been able to help them, you've nurtured them. So that is a great
I think that is yes, that is the best. I think
that is the best. Yeah. So as we come to a close, I feel like I've said that as we come to a close, Marakada, but as we come to a close now, we are ukweli. Maybe you can give us your parting shot, and then if there's anybody who wants to connect with you, how they can connect with you online, you can also share that with us.
I think there are people who have supported me in the journey of basketball that I would want to mention. Coach Pino in Italy. Coach T9 has been very instrumental in assisting and helping me. I've worked closely with Coach Obi. And surprisingly, somebody who has been on the other side of my side a lot, Coach from Tigoi Girls, Coach Ochara, the old man, Coach Ochara,
Nice.
is somebody who has been an opponent for me perennially, but very helpful old man. Those are people that have been very helpful to me in their
Nice.
coaching journey, and I would like to say hello to them in this forum.
Nice.
Then there are people who are supporters of Butere Girls. If I don't mention them again, I will get a beating. Again,
Tuma salamu.
yes, I must say again, thank you to Chief Principal JD Omondi and Mr. Omondi, Mr. Deke, Madam Amwai, HOD Howard, and at Slums Dunk, of course, my colleagues, Coach Tom, Coach Winnie, Coach Dominic from Karibu Africa, very instrumental people. And finally, again, supporters of Butere Cannons, Madam Sophie, Mr. Mbaka, and Coach Leonard, Mr. Ojenge, mathematics teacher, and Coach Soccer, very instrumental people. Then, how to get me? I'm emails Sylvesterdindi @gmail.com, Sly Odo, Instagram, and also Twitter, and everything. Every handle is Sly Odo.
Nice.
Then finally, parting shots is let's continue nurturing talent. Let's keep working. Let's support these kids. Let's give them the best experience they can ever get while young, so that when they grow old, they are a best version of themselves.
Nice, man. Man, from me and my platform, first of all, we thank you for coming and sharing stories from your diary. It's always interesting for me to learn about, what basketball has been for you as my guest, and even guys like you that, we grew up with or we played basketball with at some point. I still learn new things anytime we have these conversations. And we also thank the internet, because it is easier for us to just sit where we are and be able to converse. Otherwise, I would have to look for you to kae chini ndio nijue hizi vitu. But now, because of internet, we're able to share our stories, our ideas, to help young coaches and young players be the best versions of themselves. So, first off, man, big up to whatever you're doing. Continue doing it. I pray that God expands your territories, you get more support, you grow the game, you grow as a coach and as a person, and even in your career. Now, today, Coach Sly's story is proof that basketball is more than a game. It's a lifeline, a teacher, and a future shaper. His journey reminds us that while talent is everywhere, opportunity is not, and that's where coaching becomes a calling. So, Coach Sly, thank you for joining us. Thank you for the life that you continue to change and to touch to the game. And till next week, it's your boy Collins Odhiambo, and from me and Coach Sly, peace. Asante sana, Coach.
Peace. Thanks a lot, Kolo, for the opportunity.
Nice.
Yo, lace up the kicks, it's that time again. Collins in the lab, letting stories begin. From the court to the mic, he breaking it down. Hoop dreams, real talk, no cap, no clown. Bounce like a dribble, mind sharp like a pivot. Life lessons in the game, he gon' make you feel it. Late nights, bright lights, goals in the fog. Every episode of Gem, welcome to the Lord. On Hoop Diaries, yeah, it's more than a score. It's heart, it's hustle, it's proof at the core. So press play, lean back, let the moment ride. It's Collins on the mic, take that journey inside.